Alright, what's going on, everybody? We are finally live. Sorry about that. Took a long time. Pretty much through the entire first quarter already. But I had a lot of technical difficulties getting the stream on, so sorry about that. But first I couldn't get the game on, then I couldn't get the stream set up. But it is 3-0 Bills near the end of the first quarter. So, sorry I'm on so late, but we're finally on. Jaguars with the football inside Bills territory. Let me pull up the stream, or pull up the chat, 1 second. So final play of the quarter right here, a handoff. Lawrence falls down as he hands it off. And to the left side, trying to turn the corner, going to break a tackle. And getting about 12 yards, get inside the 5, first and goal for the Jaguars. And that'll be the first play of the second quarter. I always spell Jaguars wrong. Alright, there's the poll. Be sure to vote on that. But welcome to the stream, everybody. We've got the Bills and Jaguars. We're already through the first quarter. Because I'm on extremely late. So very sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. What did I do? Alright. But welcome to the stream, everybody. I think I'm finally setting everything up. Got to use a different computer today because my computer's not working at the moment. So I'm trying to figure everything out. But sorry I'm on very late. Welcome to the stream. Got the Bills and Jaguars. Bills lead 3-0 end of the first quarter. But the Jaguars with a first and goal inside the 5. At the 3-yard line. For this next play. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Jaguars ball inside the 5-yard line on the 3. We can potentially get their first points of the game. So here's Lawrence in shotgun, got it back to his right. From the 3-yard line. First and goal for the Jaguars. Lawrence flips this underneath to the tight end Strange, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Brings up second and goal from the 3. Greg Rousseau with the stop right there. So here is a second and goal for the Jaguars. They've got 62 yards in this drive as opposed to 27 on their first 2 combined. But Lawrence in shotgun, ETN motions into the backfield, standing to his right. Bring receiver in motion. And Lawrence can look to throw. Lawrence has time, throws, end zone, call for a touchdown. Brian Thomas Jr. makes the catch. And the Jaguars on the board, they take the lead. And they're about to go up by a score of 7-3. But it's a 3-yard touchdown there for Trevor Lawrence. And the Jaguars take the lead and get their first points today. Oh, just realized, never put the ball marker up. So sorry about that. But a nice throw and catch there, and a touchdown for the Jaguars. Thomas was his 3rd touchdown of the season. And the extra point is good. So 7-3, the Jaguars lead after a nice touchdown pass. And the Jaguars take the lead. With 14-14 to go in the first half. But a great drive there for the Jaguars. They go down the field, they get their first points. If you guys are wondering my prediction for the game, I took the Jaguars 27-24. I think this will be a very good game. Although, I came into the week thinking this was going to be the best game of the first round, but after the 2 games we saw yesterday, that's definitely not a guarantee, because yesterday's games were amazing. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. Bills can get the football back, down by 4, 7-3. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. The Jaguars lead the Bills 7-3 with 14-14 to go in the first half. That drive for the Jaguars was pretty good. I think they went about 70 yards. Yeah, they went 7 plays, 65 yards in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. But the Jaguars now have 92 total yards, Bills at 53. And the Jaguars 6.1 yards per play, Bills at 4.8. But we'll see what the Bills can do at the half. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about halftime for a second. But they can do on their next drive. But my dad fixed my computer, so shout out to him for fixing it. But that's one of the reasons I'm on so late. I had problems with my computer, but it's now fixed, so I'll probably switch back the other computer at halftime. So the kickoff here returned from the goal line, and on the return, here is Ray Davis. Got a lot of space, and Davis crossed to 30. Oh, he lost the ball. Ball comes free, and let's see. I think the Bills got that back. So it is Bills football. But the Jaguars come away with it. No, it's Jaguar football. Wait a minute. They just said on Bill football. It's Jaguars football. And they've got it inside Bills territory. Wow, that is a huge turnover right there. It's clearly a fumble. The ball's out before he's even near the ground. And then it ends up free. And then there's no way to tell who has the ball. And talk about text support 24/7. Props to your dad. Yeah, he's really good with computers and stuff like that, so he's whoever I ask when I need help. But the Jaguars get the football here. And they have the ball inside Bills territory in about the 35 with 14:05 to go in the first half. So the Jaguars with the football back, up 7-3, and in a good spot to potentially add to that lead. So the offense right back out there. Lawrence in shotgun, ETN to his left. The ball is on the Bills' 36. Bring a receiver across the formation, and they'll hand off ETN to the right side. Going to try to turn the corner, and ETN drag down after a gain of 7. I mean, that is something the Bills just cannot do. Stop the run. A nice run there for Travis Etienne. Another very good play on the ground for the Jaguars. Etienne, 1,100 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns this year. It's his third season with 1,000 yards. I think he's definitely one of the more underrated backs in the NFL. Jaguars right now are averaging a 9.4 yards per rush attempt, 66 yards. Been a problem for the Bills all year long. The play clock winding down here. They'll get the play off. Lawrence going to look to throw. Lawrence throws outside. Is that caught? Wow, it's caught. What a catch. At the 17-yard line, Jacoby Myers makes the play. And a first down for the Jaguars. He's been a great get for him at the trade deadline. Yeah, that is definitely a catch. Gets his arms under the football. Nice catch there at the 17. Lawrence throws quickly here. Tipped and almost intercepted. Myers the intended receiver again. I think he wanted a flag, but it brings up second down. As the pass incomplete. Matt Milano in coverage. So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Lawrence with the back to his right from the 17. 12:50 to go in the first half. Lawrence looks to throw. Lawrence steps up, gets pressured and sacked. Pocket collapses. Greg Rousseau with the sack, and Lawrence goes down for loss of 2. And it brings up 3rd and 12. A stop here could be really nice for the Bills' defense. They can hold him to 3. After the turnover on the kickoff. That'd be a big win. Jaguars 1 for 2 on 3rd down. This is a 3rd and 12. Lawrence in shotgun, ETN to his left from the 19-yard line. Play clock at 1. They'll get the play off. Lawrence, pump fakes, steps up, going to try to run here. Lawrence, going to make a guy miss, and he'll be a couple yards short. It'll be 4th and about a yard and a half here for the Jaguars. And a decision here for Liam Cohen. It's a good job by Lawrence to step up. And if he doesn't get sacked on the previous play, he probably has a first down. But because he's 2 yards back, he ends up about 2 yards short. The Jaguars, they're 15 for 23 on 4th and short this season. This is a 4th and 2. Play clock at 3, and they're going to call a timeout right here. So they call a timeout, 11:21 to go in the first half. But it does look like they will go for it. The offense stays out there. I like the call for the Jaguars. You probably need some points to win this game. And a field goal might not do it. So 4th and 2 from the 9-yard line. Trevor Lawrence today, 7 for 11, 45 yards, touchdown, and an interception. So Lawrence in shotgun, ETN to his left. They got to get inside the 7 for a first down. Lawrence going to keep it on the option. Oh, I don't know if he got that. He tries to lunge forward, and the spot comes in pretty much at the 7-yard line. I do not know if he got that. Man, he is close. This spot comes in pretty much at the line to gain, so that should give it to him. But we might get a virtual measurement right here. So he's got to get to the 7. He, like, trips, kind of. And the virtual measurement says he's got it, just barely. The virtual measurement is very cool. The only thing is it takes so long. Like, you would think with all the technology, the chip in the ball, everything like that, it would be a lot faster, but it takes forever. But Lawrence just gets the first down. I mean, it's hard to tell if he's down not right there. Like, his leg might be down, but you can't really tell. So, first and goal. And it looks like the Bills are going to challenge this right here. Yup, McDermott throws the challenge flag. So this is going to be tough to overturn because it's hard to tell if his leg is on the ground when he gets contacted right away. Because he starts to trip. And he like falls forward towards the marker. So the Bills are saying he got touched short of the line to gain. But I mean, this is really tough because it's hard to tell if he's down or not. Like, it's hard to tell exactly where he's touched and if he's down at that point. So, I mean, it might be too close to overturn right here, and they could just end up sticking with the original call on the field. But I think it's a pretty good challenge for the Bills because it's only the first half. Timeout not super valuable here. Like, valuable, but not, like, as much as the second half. So I like the decision to challenge it. See if you can get it overturned. If not, you lose a timeout. Not a huge deal at this point in the game. Hold on 1 second. But we'll see what this call ends up being. I mean, it's very close. If you got this or not. Give me 1 second. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. We'll see if they give them the first down or not. I mean, I think this one probably should stand. Not really too much to overturn it. So that's my thinking. I think it's probably too close to overturn, but you never know. Alright, so let's see. They're back from commercial. I think he's down when he gets touched right away. Oh, this should be a pretty good look. Yeah, his leg is on the ground, so he should be short. I don't know why they didn't show these angles before. But the Bills win the challenge. It gets overturned, and a great challenge right there for McDermott. So 1st and 10 from the 7. Allen throws underneath. It is caught by Shakir for a gain of 4. But that's a huge turnover on downs forced by the Bills defense, because they turn it over on the kickoff. The Jaguars moving the football. They get inside the 20. And then they go for it on 4th down. And the defense with a huge red zone stand. So it brings up 2nd and 6 here for the Bills at their own 12-yard line. Allen in shotgun, Cook to his left. The league's best rusher against the league's best rush defense. Allen throws outside for Shakir again. And Shakir gets blocked on the outside, makes a man miss, still in bounds. And Shakir, a nice catch and run. Out of bounds at, I believe that's the 32. No, that can't be the 22. Maybe it's the 27. Yeah, the 27-yard line is where he's out of bounds. And nice catch and run. And a great block from his receiver on the outside, giving him space. Shakir has 5 catches for 31 yards. Allen to throw here. Steps up. Throws the flat again. This time it is... I'm not sure who that is. But one of the backs at the backfield makes the play for a gain of 4. Is that Frank Gore Jr.? That might be Frank Gore Jr. who just made the catch right there. Did not even know he was on the Bills. So 2nd and 4 from the 32. Allen under center. Cook is the back. 9.5 to go in the first half. Here's a toss. Cook left side. And James Cook, a nice run. Into the secondary, gets to the 43-yard line and 1st down for the Bills. Oh, he's hurt after that one. James Cook comes up limping. After a nice run on 1st down. Or to get a 1st down. Man, hopefully he's okay. That'd be a huge loss for the Bills. Jaguars also an injured defender down the field. So he's able to walk off the field. Let's see. He appears to be okay. But it's a 1st and 10 here for the Bills. 9:10 to go in the first half. Josh Allen on his first 10 pass attempts. 9 for 10, 61 yards. A lot of quick throws. I think 6 of his 10 attempts have gone for less than 5 yards, including the one incompletion. So 1st and 10 for the Bills on their own 44. Allen under center. Bring a receiver in motion. And Allen going to look to throw. All kinds of time. And he throws the outside. It is... caught. Wow, what a catch. Brandon Cooks. Gain of 12. I don't know how Josh Allen fit that ball in there. And what a catch by Cooks along the sideline. But there is a flag on the play. And they call defensive pass interference. So the penalty gets declined. But man, what a catch for Brandon Cooks. The catcher threw the interference or the throw from Josh Allen. I'm not sure which one's better. Man, that's a crazy catch along the sideline. And a perfect throw from Josh Allen as well. So from the 44, inside Jaguar territory, got a 1st and 10, 8:35 to go in the second quarter. They bring Cooks across the formation, and they toss it to James Cook. And Cook is stopped at the line of scrimmage. I just realized the Bills have somebody on the team named Cooks and Cook. But it also appears that James Cook is okay after he tweaked his ankle on that a couple plays ago. So glad he's okay. Trayvon Walker, former number 1 pick, with the tackle right there. Right now, the Jaguars outrushing the Bills 77-27. Pretty big difference on the ground. So 2nd and 10, play clock at 2. And the Bills call a timeout. Couldn't get wound up properly. And Josh Allen was trying to tell everyone where they were supposed to go. And the play clock ends up at 0. So the Bills call their first timeout with 7:45 to go in the first half before a 2nd and 10. But almost halfway through the second quarter here, 7:45 to go. Bills with a 2nd and 10. Actually, they put a couple seconds back on the clock, so it's actually 7:47 to go in the first half. So 2nd and 10, Allen in shotgun back to his left from the 44-yard line. Allen going to look to throw. Allen throws wide open receiver. Keon Coleman makes the play. Breaks the tackle inside the 10. Coleman out of bounds at the 7-yard line. A big catch and run for Keon Coleman. 1st and goal for the Bills. A big play through the air and a 1st down. Keon Coleman ended up wide open. Broke a tackle. Oh man, Josh Allen hit his hand on the back of his lineman's helmet. It seems to be okay. So from the 8-yard line, Cook's in motion, and here's a toss to Cook to the right side. And I'll try to turn the corner, and James Cook out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. Just ran out of space. Brings up 2nd and goal. We saw Stafford also hurt his hand yesterday. He bent his finger backwards on one of the defensive lineman's arm. This time Allen hits his hand on his own offensive lineman's helmet. But both seem pretty painful. But it has been an 8-play, 89-yard drive for the Bills on a drive that started inside their own 10-yard line after a successful challenge on 4th down. Allen under center, hands off, Cook up the middle, and Cook is pretty much stopped at the line. Maybe he got a yard and down to the 2, but not much space to run. So it brings up a 3rd and goal. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Jaguars lead 7-3. It is 3rd and goal from the 2 here for the Bills. An empty backfield for Josh Allen. And Allen design quarterback run. Gets a block. And Allen powers his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. The Jaguars are trying to say the ball came out, but the signal on the field is touchdown. And Josh Allen's a little slow to get up. Yeah, he's definitely in. He breaks the point, that's a touchdown. But then the Jaguars rip the ball out, and about 5 guys fall on top of Josh Allen. So it's understandable why he's a little slow to get up right there. But yeah, he's clearly into the end zone with the ball. So it's touchdown for the Bills, his 15th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Bills retake the lead. And here's Matt Prater to add the extra point and put him up by 3. And the extra point from Prater is right down the middle. So it is 10-7 as the Bills lead the Jaguars, 5:37 to go in the first half. After Josh Allen's 15th rushing score of the season. But we wait for them to come back from commercial, as the Bills will get it back. Sorry, the Jaguars will get it back after the Bills' touchdown. We got 5:37 to go in the first half. A great drive there for the Bills, starting from inside their own 10 to scoring touchdown. They go 10 plays, 92 yards, and they take 5:42 off the clock. But a very nice drive there for the Bills. Josh Allen's now thrown for 110 yards, has just one incompletion, and he's also run for 12 yards and a score. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. So far, results in the poll: 67% of you guys said the Bills will win, 33% have said the Jaguars. Be sure to vote if you have not already done so. I took the Jaguars 27-24. Definitely think this would be a great game. Hold on one second. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Jaguars will get it back, down by 3. But the kick is away, and it'll be brought back here by Brashel Tootin to the 26-yard line. So the Jaguars get the football back, down by 3. And we'll see what they can do here on their next possession. Jaguars, we're building some momentum. They got the touchdown, they got the fumble on the kickoff, and it looked like they were going to go get more points, but then they turn it over on downs. And let's see what they do on their next possession. Start the drive here with 2 tight ends in the field, both to the right side of the formation. Lawrence under center. And now he backs up into the pistol. Brenton Strange goes in motion. And a handoff here. Tootin gets a block. And swung down for about 3, maybe 4. So a second and about 6 here. 5 minutes to go in the first half. So Lawrence off play action to look to throw. And he floats one incomplete. Almost intercepted. Might have gotten tipped at the line. That was a dangerous one right there. Yeah, that one got tipped at the line. Because there's no way an NFL quarterback can make a throw that bad. But incompletion, it brings up 3rd and 6. Jaguars pretty lucky that wasn't intercepted. Bills show blitz here. And play clock winding down. They will call a timeout. So the Jaguars call a timeout with 4:46 to go in the first half. Before this 3rd and 6 in a 3-point game. Jaguars, their first 4 possessions, they went 3 and out, then they threw a pick. Then they scored a touchdown, and then last drive they turned it over on downs. So a lot of different results so far. Lawrence to throw here. Bills bring a blitz. Lawrence has it picked up, throws over the middle behind his receiver, and incomplete. Parker Washington had the target, but it brings up 4th down. And the Jaguars going to go 3 and out for the second time. I think Trevor Lawrence wanted Parker Washington to sit down in the zone right there instead of keep running. So some kind of miscommunication right there. And Jaguars punted away. And it is going to go out of bounds near the 25. It'll officially be spotted at the 27-yard line. So that is where the Bills take over for their next possession, up by 3. A great drive on their last drive. And Josh Allen was a little slow to get up after that touchdown on the last play, the last offensive play for the Bills, but he looks to be perfectly fine, and he's going to head back out there. Give me 1 second. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. Bills up by 3, get the football back. And we'll see what they can do for their next possession. Be sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already done so. So far, 67% have said the Bills win, 33% have said the Jaguars. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial break. I don't know why these commercials seem so long today. Maybe it just feels that way. Alright, now they're finally back. 4:35 to go in the first half. Bills get it back up by 3. So Allen under center from the 28-yard line to bring Gabe Davis in motion. James Cook is the back. And Allen going to look to throw. And Allen takes a shot down the sideline. Open receiver, but he just overthrew him. Brandon Cooks had a step, but Allen just misses him, and it's 2nd and 10. That was a big missed opportunity right there for the Bills offense. Man, Josh Allen's gotten beat up so far today. His hand, he hurt his knee on that touchdown run. Also fumbled before. He got hit hard, so man. He's still out there, but he's been beat up. Look to throw here. Allen, plenty of time. Over the middle, that is caught by Gabe Davis for a gain of 9. Davis, I believe, a former Jaguar, signed with them a couple years ago in free agency. Then did nothing, he got cut. Now he's back with the Bills. He obviously had that one huge game in the one of the playoff games against the Chiefs when he caught like 4 touchdown passes. But outside of that, he's never really done much. But here is a 3rd and 1. The Bills are 2 for 4 on 3rd down. Allen under center. Cook is the back from the 37. They're going to hand it off. Cook up the middle. Oh boy. I think he got that. And they will move the sticks just barely. Did not get much, but also didn't need a ton. Can't really see the ball, but looks like he gets there. James Cook led the NFL 95.4 rushing yards per game. Today he's run for just 24 yards so far, but also playing against the top run defense in the NFL. Allen rolling right here, and on the run, Allen pump fakes, now throws, and that pass caught for gain about 6 for Dalton Kincaid. Brings up 2nd and 4. Were you late coming on? Yeah, I had a bunch of technical difficulties. Couldn't get the game on and had problems with my computer. Yes, I was very late coming on. I barely made it for the... I pretty much missed the whole first quarter. So yeah, sorry about that. But here is a 2nd and 4 for the Bills. They go to the ground with Cook up the middle. And Cook, a nice run. Gain 5. Getting to the 49-yard line. They just showed this stat. This is pretty impressive. Josh Allen, the only player in playoff history to average at least 250 passing yards per game and 50 rushing yards per game. Minimum 5 games played. That is really impressive. Yet people always try to blame him for the Bills' struggles in the playoffs. But we reached the 2-minute warning here. 10-7 the Bills lead. 2 minutes to go in the first half. And they've got the football 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. So again, moving the football pretty effectively. And it's been a nice start to the drive for the Bills. So far, the Bills 166 total yards. Jaguars 126. And Josh Allen's thrown for 125 yards. And he's run for a touchdown. But we wait for them to come back from commercial at the 2-minute warning. I believe both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. And we'll see what they can do for before the half. Hold on 1 second. Just looking something up real quick. Yeah, it's been head up, still anyone's game. Yeah, it's been a great game so far. Pretty close. And hopefully it stays that way. And continues to be almost as good as the games we saw yesterday. I mean, that's a high bar to keep to, but it's been great so far. The Jaguars actually have 1 timeout. Why don't they use the second? I'm not sure, but the Bills with 2 timeouts, Jaguars with 1. And the Bills with the ball on their own 49 with a 1st and 10 at the 2-minute warning of the first half. But they're now back from commercial. You looking forward to the Giants rebuild this thing coming? Well, we've been rebuilding for the last, 10 years. So, I guess sure. But, I mean, it definitely seems like we're headed for success. As long as we find the right coach and fix some stuff. But I definitely think we're on the right track. But the Bills football here on their own 49, 1st and 10 after the 2-minute warning. Cooks goes in motion, and Allen hands off. James Cook up the middle, breaks a tackle, and gets about 3. Gets it inside Jaguar territory to the 48-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 7, minute 50 to go, clock is running. The Giants had some great games this year. Yeah, if they can win close games, they probably would have won like 8 games this year, which sounds kind of crazy considering they won 4. But they blew so many leads, and they're always in the game, so I think that's an encouraging sign. Allen goes deep down the field. It's caught at the 23-yard line. A swatting grab by Brandon Cooks, and a first down for the Bills. Minute 15 to go. A nice throw and catch. Oh, wait a minute. That actually went through his hands. And I think they're going to take a look at this one. Because Cooks, he didn't catch it. It went through his hands. So yeah, they're going to review it. They'll take a look at it with a minute 3 to go in the first half. Let's see. It goes through his hands. It's hard to tell if it hits the ground right there or not. He might get his hand under it, but it's hard to tell. Find the right coach, knock this upcoming draft out of the park, and it could be a quick turnaround. Yeah, hopefully. But I definitely think the Giants have the potential to be a team like the Patriots or like the Jaguars or even the Bears. Somebody who has a younger quarterback, first-year head coach with that team. Obviously, no Vrabel's coached before. And then have success. Now, I don't know if they're going to be quite as good as some of those teams I just mentioned, but they've got potential if they can do things right during the offseason. But I'm pulling up their schedule right now. They won the last 2 games. They won 2 games besides that. I mean, they really realistically could have gone. Let's see. They probably should have beaten the Cowboys week 2. That's another one. They should have beaten the Saints. They should have beaten the Broncos. They should have beaten the Bears and the Lions. And maybe the Vikings as well. So, I mean, there's quite a few wins for the Giants that they just did not win. Or quite a few games they did not win. Now, I mean, you can't expect them to win every single one of those games. But even if they only won 3 of them, you're talking about 7 or 8 wins, which is a lot different than going 4-13. But maybe it's a good thing they went 4-13. They'll get a better pick now, and then they can. Hopefully, that is an impact player right away, and then hopefully they have a good year next year. Alright, so they're back from commercial here after the review. And they do overturn the call. It is incomplete. It's now 3rd and 7. I'll get your comment 1 second. So 3rd down and 7 here from the 49. Allen in shotgun back to his left. And look to throw here. Minute 20 to go in the first half. Allen pump fakes and now comes underneath. And that pass is going to be called for a gain of about 4 by Dawson Knox. But they're short of a first down. And with a minute 13, we get a timeout called by the Jaguars. Yeah, they call their 3rd and final timeout. With a minute 13 to go before 4th and 4. And an interesting decision right here for the Bills. Because they could go for this. It would be a long field goal from here. So they could go for it. Who do you want to be the new coach? I mean, I kind of like John Harbaugh. I know a lot of people like him. I'd be okay with Kevin Stefanski as well, but I mean, somebody I really like that I know. I've seen his name thrown around a little bit, but I'm not sure how high other people are on him. I would really like Chris Shula. He would be one of my top options. I think he's done a great job with that Rams defense. But here is a 4th and 4 for the Bills. They will go for it. I mean, it makes sense because you don't want to kick a 60-plus yard field goal from right here. Allen in shotgun. And they're actually just going to try to draw him off sides right here. And they'll call... No, they're going to take it away and punt. So the Bills take it away again, and they'll punt it away to the Jaguars with a minute 14 to go. The Jaguars out of timeouts. So they've got a chance to do something, but they'll have to move pretty quickly. Although, you do have Cam Whittle, who holds the record for longest field goal in NFL history. And he also made from 66, maybe 67, a couple weeks ago. But the Bills will punt it away on 4th and 9. Probably a smart decision here, considering you don't want to turn it over on downs and give them great field position at the end of the half. So the punt here is... Oh, wow, it's a great kick. It bounced out of bounds the 1-yard line. Wow, what a punt. You could not do it any better. Man, what a punt. He pins him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. And the Jaguars, in the minute 5, are back to deep inside their own territory. Man, what a punt. But I was also going to say you don't want to go for it in that situation for the Bills, because then, if you don't get it, you give the Jaguars the ball practically in field goal range, with Cam Whittle being able to hit from 65 plus. But the Jaguars get it back here at their own 1. Let's see how aggressive they are here, considering they're deep inside their own territory. So 1st and 10, minute 5 to go. The ball's actually spotted on their own 3-yard line instead of the 1. But, Lawrence in shotgun, back to his left. Out of timeouts. Let's see how aggressive they are. Lawrence to throw. Lawrence gets pressured. Rolling left. And Lawrence on the run, going to keep himself here. And Lawrence breaks the tackle, still in bounds. Has a first down to the 20-yard line. Gets some breathing room. A gain of 17 on the scramble. And now they'll get back to the line. But the clock is running. 50 seconds left. And they're out of timeouts. Down to 40 seconds left. Down to 35 now. Lawrence in shotgun. And we've got early movement here. Looks like it's a false start. That's going to be a 10-second runoff as well. With the running clock and no timeouts to stop the clock and prevent the runoff. So not a great penalty right there for the Jaguars. Gets called against the left tackle, Walker Whittle. So 1st and 15 after the false start. Lawrence in shotgun, back to his left. Wait a minute, there's still 34 seconds on the clock. How come there was no runoff? Oh, now they fixed it. 24 seconds. So there was a 10-second runoff. Lawrence in shotgun, back to his left. 24 seconds left in the first half. Lawrence, deep drop. Throws the flat, caught by Allen. And he's out of bounds after getting about 10 with 15 seconds left. Brings up 2nd down here for the Jaguars. Cam Whittle holds the record for the 2 longest field goals made in NFL history. 67 and 68. So, I mean, I think if you get within 70, you give him a chance. Maybe even like 75. Their field goal target line is quite literally midfield. They have to go 27 yards to get there. And that'd be a 67-yard field goal from there. But Lawrence can look to throw here. Steps up. Lawrence deep over the middle. It is caught. But are they going to have time to spike is the question. I don't think they're going to be able to get there. They're going to try to spike it. 2 seconds. 1 second. And there's flags down, which is probably going to be false start because not everyone got set. But that'll take us to halftime. Most likely. Trevor Lawrence is trying to say it's against the Bills. Oh, maybe the Bills were offsides, but the snap might have come when the clock was at 0. So a lot to figure out here for the officials. Yeah, it's at 0 before they even get the snap off. So, I mean, this is a lot to sort out. I've heard the idea of the NFL potentially going to a clock where you can, when you're inside of a minute, it's like basketball, where you can see the tenths of a second, which could be useful for a situation like this. But I mean, this is very close. So the defense is definitely offsides when they snap. There's like 3 guys who are across the line of scrimmage. But I don't even think it's going to matter because... Oh man, that is so close if they snap the ball or not. It's going to depend if they snap the ball because it's going to happen if it's offsides. It'll move them 5 yards closer. And they're going to get an untimed down because it's a defensive penalty. Alright, let's see. Here's the announcement. So let's see. The ruling on the field is it was offsides by the defense, but the offense did not get set. So they're going to reset the game clock to 1 second. Wait a minute. So they're going to have a chance to kick a field goal right here. But they just got the snap off in time, so they put a second back on the clock. But here is Cam Whittle to attempt a long field goal before the half. He holds the NFL record, the 2 longest kicks in NFL history. 67 and 68. Oh, this is only 54. This is like easy work for him. He is 8 for 10 on the season from at least 50 yards. He has 2 60-plus yard field goals. But this one pretty easy for him. 54, and the kick for Whittle on the way, drifting, and it is no good. He missed it. It just hooked to the left a little too much. Had the distance by a lot, but just curves off to the left. And it's no good, and it stays 10-7 at the half. Who gets the ball? The Bills, I think? I can't remember now. Yeah, the Bills get the ball. But it is a very strange ending to the half, which ends in a missed field goal. But the Bills up 10-7 at the half. And I'm going to go take a quick break. And it might be a little bit longer because I'm going to switch back to my normal computer. And I'll give my dad back his computer. Because if you guys have just joined the stream, I had technical difficulties at the start. That's why I came on so late. And I'm using my dad's computer. So I'm going to give that back to him. And I'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright, I'm back. Sorry that took forever. I had to go get my computer, and now I gotta set it up. And a while good and everything, but we're all good now. So Bills usually second half teams, so maybe a good sign. The first drive is key. Yeah, that they are a pretty good second half team. But yeah, obviously it's gonna depend on how you start the half. But they do get the ball, which is definitely good, considering they do a lot of their scoring in the second half. But up 3 on the road against a good Jaguars team, a pretty good first half for the Bills. Now the Jaguars could have played a lot better, but considering where you are if you're the Bills, I think you gotta be pretty happy how the first half went. I gotta go plug my computer around the back of the camera. Give me 1 second. Alright. Sorry. I always do this before I start streaming, because this is the setup I'm used to having. But obviously, have to do things differently today. But now we're good. Back to the usual setup. Alright, but as far as an updated score prediction goes, it's 10-7 at the half. I originally said 27-24. I definitely think we're going to see the offense pick up a little bit in the second half. But as far as the score prediction goes, I don't know. I originally took the Jaguars. I think I'll just stick with them, but the Bills, they played pretty well. So it could definitely really go either way. But yeah, I got no idea. It can definitely go either way. But I'll take the Jaguars. I'll just stick with them. And I'll take them by a score of... We'll take the Jaguars. We'll go... I definitely think the offense will pick up. And we'll go Jaguars by a score of... We'll say 24-23, 24-21, 24-20. We'll go 24-23. I'm not completely sure. But we'll say that's the updated score prediction. But the second half should start within the next couple minutes. Hopefully it hasn't started already. No, not yet. But we'll go over some stats from the first half. Bills up 10-7, obviously. But let's see. Let's go over some stats from the first half. But Josh Allen, a really nice first half for him. Only a few incompletions. Touchdown run. Alright. So Josh Allen at 14 for 17, 129 yards. No touchdowns or interceptions through the air. But he also ran for 12 yards and a score. Yeah, what's up? James Cook had a pretty quiet first half. 9 carries, 31 yards. But he's also playing the top run defense in the NFL. Receiving for the Bills, Keon Coleman, 1 catch, 36 yards. Khalil Shakir is 5 for 31. Brandon Cooks, 2 for 22. Terrell Shavers, 1 for 14. Gabe Davis, 1 for 9. Kincaid, 1 for 6. Frank Gore Jr. 1 for 6. Dawson Knox 1 for 4. And James Cook 1 for a yard. Not much. Just an awful day yesterday. Yeah, I can understand that. Definitely not a great game to be, or not a great day to be a Packer fan. Then for the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence 9 for 15, 88 yards, touchdown, and an interception. On the ground for the Jaguars, they ran the ball really effectively. Bryce Tootin 4 for 51, Trevor Lawrence 3 for 29, Etienne 3 for 22, and Parker Washington 1 for -3. Then receiving for the Jaguars, Washington 1 for 34, Etienne 3 for 21, Jacoby Myers 1 for 12, Allen has 1 for 9, Strange 2 for 9, and Brian Thomas 1 for 3, and a touchdown. Then team stats from the first half, 9 first downs for both sides. The Bills went 3 for 6 on fourth down. The Jaguars 1 for 4. Jaguars also 0 for 1 on fourth down. Bills did not attempt one. The Jaguars outgaining the Bills 185 to 172. The Jags at 6.9 yards per play, Bills at 5.9. The Bills more passing yards, Jaguars more rushing yards. The Bills 1 touchdown and 1 red zone trip, Jaguars 1 for 2. 5 penalties 30 yards against the Bills, 2 penalties 10 yards against the Jaguars. A turnover for each side, and time possession 17-20 for the Bills, 12-40 for the Jaguars. I couldn't believe what I witnessed. Yeah, that was a crazy game last night. It was definitely... I would not be too happy if I was a Packer fan, that's for sure. But, yeah, I mean, now, like, I don't know where you go from there if you're the Packers. Hoping that's before his last game. Yeah, I've seen a few people say that. It could be. But the only thing is, there's just only so many head coaching candidates. But the return here is to the 26-yard line. Davis holds on to the ball this time, and they take over there for the first drive of the second half. Now, let's say they do fire Matt LaFleur. Who would you want there? Would you want them to promote Jeff Hafley? Would you like that, or somebody else? Because I know he's obviously a guy who has a lot of head coaching buzz right now. You take Harbaugh. I think everyone would take John Harbaugh. But a first down here from the 26. Allen hands off. Here is Cook up the middle for a gain of about 2. He'd walk straight to our team. Yeah, he probably would. The only thing with a hire like that, though, is like obviously John Harbaugh's a good coach, but he's also come up short in the playoffs recently, and he's also blown leads. That's 2 things that exactly happened yesterday. So I mean, I don't really know if there's a whole ton of change right there. I mean, maybe there is, and like both LaFleur and Harbaugh can get helped out by just being with a new team, but it's kind of similar. At least thinking about it real quick like that. Allen here throws the outside, incomplete. Trying to get to Tyrell Shavers. Sorry, calling him the wrong name. Brings up 3rd and 9. You take Hafley as an alternative. Yeah, he's a pretty good candidate. I think he'll definitely end up with a pretty good job this cycle. So here is a 3rd and 9 for the Bills. Quick 3rd down with 14:09 to go in the 3rd quarter. An empty backfield for Josh Allen. Jaguars bring a blitz. He gets rid of it to the outside quickly. It's caught by Shakir. Makes a nice spin move and gets around the defender for a first down, a gain of 10. But a nice play there after the catch for Khalil Shakir and a first down. Also, 2 really good blocks on the outside from Dawson Knox and Ray Davis. But they gain 10 when they need 9, and a first down here for the Bills. From their own 37, Allen in shotgun, Cook to his right. And Allen, gonna look to throw, gets pressured, throws one over the middle, that's caught. There's Shakir at the 45-yard line, getting inside Jacksonville territory. Another first down for the Bills. First time we've really seen Shakir downfield today. Make a play. It's been a lot of short stuff near the line of scrimmage. This time, he goes deeper down the field, and he's got a nice roughly 20 yards right there. Josh Allen also got hit by Josh Hines Allen right there. So first down from the 45. Allen under center, Shavers in motion. And Allen going to look to throw. Allen throws the flat. It's caught by Cook. And oh wow, he's chopped down by Greg Newsome for a gain of 4. But a good tackle in space against James Cook, who's not an easy player to tackle. So 2nd and 6 after 4-yard pickup on first down. Allen in shotgun, Cook to his left. And Cook gets the carry here up the middle for just a yard. He has really not had any space to run the football. So 3rd and 5 here for the Bills. I think the Bills win this game. Yeah, I mean, I really got no idea at this point. I originally picked the Jaguars, but this was a really tough game to predict. So 3rd and 5 from the 40. Could be 4-down territory for the Bills. Allen in shotgun back to his left. They're 4 for 7 on 3rd down. Shakir goes in motion. Allen throws outside. It is caught by Davis, and he is close. And they're going to give it to him. Got 5, exactly what he needed. And they move the sticks on 3rd down. Yeah, looks like he gets there. But another 3rd down conversion. The Bills now 5 for 8 on 3rd down. Allen in shotgun here. Gonna look to throw. Allen steps up, gonna try to run here, and he's taken down by Josh Hines Allen after a gain of 2. So it brings up 2nd down and 8. 10.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The Bills, the 2nd best scoring margin in the 2nd half since 2000. They're at plus 127 in the 2nd half this year. In the negatives in the 1st half. But they were a really good 2nd half team. They go to the ground here. Cook up the middle. And Cook gains about 3. Getting to the 30-yard line. So it brings up 3rd and 5 with about 9.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. The Bills are 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive. This is another 3rd and 5 from the 30. So Allen in shotgun, Shakir goes in motion. And we got the play clock winding down here, and the Bills end up false starting. I thought they might have called a timeout. The play clock winding down, but instead they false start. Dawson Knox moves early, and the Bills backed up 5. Let's make it 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10 from the Jaguar 35. Again, play clock at 6. Allen in shotgun got it back to his right. This time they got the playoff. Allen going to look to throw. Throws underneath. It is caught by Shakir, but he's short of the sticks. He got 6. And it brings up 4th down. But the Bills will send on the field goal team and try to get points on the first drive of the second half. Matt Prater made his first field goal from 50. This one, another longer one. This one from 47. So Prater's field goal is good. Right down the middle from 47. And it is now 13-7 as the Bills get some points on the first drive of the half. And they extend their lead. Field goal definitely the right decision. Yeah, I'd agree, especially from that spot in the field. Like, if they were backed up still, back at, like, wherever that was, back near the 40, and it would have been 55 plus, I'd probably go for it, but 47 yards right there, double the lead. Definitely the right decision. But the Jaguars will get it back for their first possession here in the second half. They really only had one good drive so far. And that was the touchdown drive. But then they got the ball back after the fumble and looked like they were going to go put more points on the board. But then they turned it over on downs. So we'll have to see what they can do on their next possession. We got some injury news. This is not regarding this game. But Panthers left tackle Akeem Ekwonu got hurt early in the game yesterday. He has suffered a ruptured patellar tendon. And it requires surgery, and it might... that actually takes a long time to come back from. That'll probably cost him the start of next year. And the Eagles also without Wayne Johnson, as he is still dealing with, we have a foot injury. So not great news for them. The thing about the Packers, they have all the tools to win the Super Bowl, but we need a proper head coach, and that's why I take Harbaugh. Yeah, makes sense. Like, I feel like the Packers are a team like very similar to the Ravens, where Harbaugh just came from, where they haven't quite gotten there, but they've got all the pieces and all the talent to get there. Technically, Harbaugh did get there, but that was 15 plus years ago. Now, how long ago was that? I think 13 years ago. I was just going to look something up. Now I don't remember what it was. Okay, never mind then. But they're back from commercial here. The Jaguars get the football back for their first possession of the second half. Down by 6. So Prater kicks it away, goes into the end zone, and the Jags will take a knee, and it'll come out to the 35-yard line. Allen's getting shook by this Jags defense. Yeah, he's taking some big hits in this game. So Lawrence under center here. Jaguars with the ball for their first possession of the second half. The Bills had the ball for 24 minutes so far. Jags only at 12. But it's only a 6-point game. Lawrence can look to throw. And throws outside. Caught by Parker Washington. Breaks a tackle. Has a first down. And gains 12 on the first down catch and run. Pretty quiet first half. Just one catch for him. But there's a first down. As he moves to 6. Washington had been targeted 5 times. Now he's got 2 catches for 47 yards. They motion him out wide here. Warren's under center. And he tosses it Etienne to the right side. Etienne gets a block. Got a lot of space. Travis Etienne inside Bill territory. Still on his feet inside the 30. He's eventually dragged down to the 27-yard line. But a big run there for Travis Etienne. And a first down for the Jaguars. The struggle to stop the run show up once again for the Bills. Got a great block on the outside from the right tackle Harrison. And he had a huge amount of space to run. Joey Bosa also got knocked down by the receiver, Jacoby Myers, who was blocking him. But a big run right there, and the Jaguars now have the ball on the Bills' 26-yard line. Warren's going to look to throw. Throws outside, it is incomplete. Wow, what a bit of a dangerous throw right there. Trey White breaking the football, able to knock it away. Can't quite pick it, but what a bit of a dangerous throw. Brenton Strange got a hand on it to pretty much avoid the interception, but he couldn't quite catch the ball. So here is a 2nd and 10, an empty backfield for Trevor Lawrence. Jacoby Myers goes in motion, 4 receivers to the left side. It's a quarterback draw, and Lawrence up the middle got stopped at the line of scrimmage. I don't really love that call from the 26-yard line. Man, Warren's landed on his head right there. So here is a 3rd and 10. The Jaguars 1 for 4 on 3rd down. 0 for 2 when they're at least 8 yards. 3rd and 10 from the 26. Lawrence in shotgun, back to his left. Bills rush 3, drop 8. Lawrence throws downfield. It is knocked away. Wow. Trying to find Strange up the seam, but it got knocked away by White. And is incomplete. But that was a really nice defensive play. Saved a touchdown, most likely. And nearly picked it off. But that is a great defensive play. So most likely saved a touchdown. At the very least, a 1st and goal from like the 1-yard line. And it brings on Cam Whittle for a 43-yard field goal. And Whittle's kick is good. So both teams with touchdowns on their first drives of the second half. Sorry, both teams with field goals on their first drives of the second half. And it is still a 3-point Bills lead. We got 5:47 to go in the first half. Sorry, what am I saying? The 3rd quarter. Six plays, 40 yards in the drive right there for the Jaguars. Still okay to trade field goals. Yeah, I mean, obviously you prefer touchdowns, but if you're the Bills, you stay in the lead, and if you're the Jaguars, you're still only down by 3. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. The Bills will get it back for their next possession here in the second half. Man, why is everything so slow? Alright, now I got stuff loading. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial break. Bills get it back for their next possession. A 3-point game with over 5 minutes to go in the third. 13-10 is the score. So the kick is away, and it is going to be brought back from the 1. So here's Ray Davis, and Davis on the return brings it to about the 30, maybe the 31. But a pretty solid return. And that is what the Bills will take over for their next possession. For the Bills, this is their 7th straight postseason appearance, but no Super Bowl appearances during that 7-year span. And they've lost their last 8 postseason games on the road. Their last road playoff win came in 1992. It's a long time ago. So 1st and 10 from the 31. Here's a handoff. Cook did not get much. Again, if a yard, maybe 2. Bills use Dalton Kincaid more. Yeah, he's a good player. But they also do a pretty good job of spreading the ball around. So here is a 2nd down and 8 for the Bills. 5:05 to go in the third quarter. From their own 33-yard line, they bring Cooks in motion. Allen going to look to throw. Allen, pressured, trying to escape, and Allen goes down for a sack. Back at the 20-yard line, Josh Hines. Allen takes him down, and it brings up 3rd and long here for the Bills. But Josh Allen just nowhere to go with the football. And he's unable to escape, and he gets brought down for a sack. Kind of like he doesn't fumble right there. But it's now 3rd and long. That is the 9th sack of the year for Josh Hines Allen. That leads the Jaguars. So from the 21-yard line, empty backfield here for Allen on 3rd and 20. Allen throws, looking for a back shoulder throw on the outside, but it's incomplete. Receiver and Josh Allen not on the same page, and it's 4th down. So the Bills go 3 and out. And the Jaguar defense gets a stop, and they get the ball right back to the offense. Only down by 3. So Mitch Wisnowski on to punt it away. Parker Washington back deep to receive. And the punt here is going to go out of bounds. Not a very good punt. As it gets spotted at the 38-yard line. So great starting field position for the Jaguars. A pretty bad punt there for the Bills. And the Jaguars a good starting field position for their 2nd drive of the half. Down by 3. But that was not a great punt. 41 yards. I mean, that's not awful, but it's still not great. But the Jaguars get it back. Good starting field position. Let's see what the Jaguars can do here. UFL starts March 27th. Orlando should be a good team. New with Columbus and Louisville. Yeah, I haven't made any UFL videos recently, but yeah, I've definitely been following what's going on. They've got the quarterback draft, or allocation, or whatever it's called. I think they're going to announce that sometime next week. But yeah, that'll be very interesting. See the new teams and how everything all works out. I definitely feel like what they're doing could work, but it's also a little strange. See so much change in one offseason. But obviously, I hope it's successful. Enjoyed watching over the past few years. I want to see it continue to succeed. The thing that makes no sense to me, though, is they put the team from Michigan in Columbus. And that doesn't make any sense. But they're back from commercial here. The Jaguars with the football on their own 37 after the punt. It's actually their own 38, sorry. So Lawrence under center. Etienne is the back. They bring Strange in motion. Now they bring the other tight end in motion. And a handoff here, Etienne up the middle. He's got some space, about 5 yards on the first down run. But it's 2nd and 5 here for the Jaguars. Lawrence in shotgun back to his left. And here's another handoff. This time no gain. Jaguars already over their season average in rushing yards per game. They're rushing for 113 a game. They've already run for over 120 today. Also playing against one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. So 3rd and 5. Lawrence in shotgun back to his left. Washington goes in motion. Bills bring 4. Lawrence has time. Throws downfield. That is caught by Thomas. The 38-yard line. What a throw and catch. Great throw by Lawrence. And a first down for the Jaguars. Really nice throw. That is their 12th play of at least 10 yards. He was tossed to the right side for Allen, and he's knocked down after about 3. By the way, the 49ers will have Trent Williams back for their game today against the Eagles. Eagles without Wayne Johnson, so big news along the offensive line for both teams. So here is a 2nd and 7 for the Jaguars. Lawrence under center, Etienne the back from the 35. Lawrence tosses it, Etienne to the right side. Gets a block out there, and Etienne knocked it out of bounds after another 5 yards. Brings up 3rd and 2. So 3rd and short here for the Jaguars. Jaguars averaging 8.2 yards per carry today, 140 yards on the ground. Lawrence, play action here. Throws downfield. That is called for a first down. To the 16-yard line, Parker Washington again. And a big first down there for the Jaguars. The Bills had 10 guys in the box right there. So Jaguars throw the football. Lawrence does a nice job buying time. And a good throw to Parker Washington for a first down. But a nice throw and catch. And this upcoming play, probably the final play of the quarter. So Lawrence in shotgun, back to his right. Washington goes in motion. And here's a throw to the outside for Washington. Gets a block. And Washington going to gain 4. And he's out of bounds. But that brings us to the end of the third quarter. So we go to the fourth. The Bills up 13-10. In a low-scoring game. Definitely not the type of game I expected. But a lower-scoring game, 13-10. As we head to the fourth. But the Jaguars down by 3, but with the football. And an opportunity to potentially either tie or take the lead. With the ball on the Bills' 13. But the Jaguars currently on a 7-play, 50-yard drive, taking 3:58 off the clock. And the Jaguars outgaining the Bills 275-211. The Jaguars are rushing for 140 yards and 8.2 yards per carry. I know the Bills' defense is bad, or run defense is bad. The defense overall isn't great either, but not quite as bad as the run defense alone. But I'm going to pull up the numbers right now. I don't even think it's that bad for the Bills' run defense. Like, it's not good, but it's also not that bad. Let's see. The Bills, they are 5th worst in the NFL. They're allowing 136.2 rushing yards per game. And they're allowing an average of 5.1 yards per carry, which is 3rd worst. The only 2 teams worse, the Giants and Bengals. The Bills, they've also had 24 rushing touchdowns on the season, which is tied for most in the NFL with the Cowboys. But yeah, this run defense is not good. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial as we enter the fourth quarter. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial break. 13-10, going to the fourth. Alright, now they're back here. We got 2nd and 6 for the Jaguars. So far in the drive, 4 run plays, 3 pass plays, 50 yards in total. So Lawrence in shotgun, back to his right. From the 12. Lawrence going to look to throw. And underneath, he finds Washington, makes a nice move after the catch, and dives forward for about 5, a little short of a first down. Yeah, he's definitely a little bit short. So 3rd and 1 here for the Jaguars. If you don't get this, it creates a very interesting decision. But Lawrence under center. Got a back behind him. Bring Washington in motion. Play clock at 3. Lawrence going to sneak it, and he's got the first down. They go quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1, and Lawrence moves the sticks. First down, Jaguars. 1st and goal from the 7. Actually, they were on the 7. So make it 1st and goal from the 6, actually. So 1st and goal here for the Jaguars. down by 3 with 13:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Jaguars are thrown for 140, run for 142. Lawrence in shotgun got it back to his right. Lawrence, design quarterback run, trying to bounce outside, spins back inside and stopped at the line. No gain. Brings up second and goal. So second and goal here for the Jaguars. Lawrence to throw here from the 6. Got plenty of time. Throws end zone. Call for a touchdown. Parker Washington makes the play and the Jaguars take the lead. With 12:55 to go in the fourth, the Jaguars retake the lead. A 6-yard touchdown from Lawrence to Washington. And the Jaguars, with a nice drive, go right down the field. And they take the lead. Perfect throw there for Trevor Lawrence. Nice catch from Washington. And here is Whittle for the extra point. They try to put him up by 4. So pretty big extra point right here. We actually get an injured Jaguar down on the field. Can't tell who that is, but whoever it is, hopefully he's okay. But they'll go to commercial for the injured player. Hopefully he's okay. Let's see if we can figure out who that is. Sometimes it says, sometimes it doesn't. Well, it's right tackle Anton Harrison. So hopefully he's okay. He's had a pretty good game for him, but a pretty solid player for the pretty solid player for the Jaguars. But hopefully the injured player is okay. But about to be 17-13 after the extra point. So the Packers with the importance of missed extra points last night. This is a pretty big one here for the Jaguars, even though it's still pretty early in the fourth quarter. But you always take the extra point. So here is Cam Whittle for the extra point. It was an 11-play, 62-yard drive. Took 6:03 off the clock. And Whittle's extra point right down the middle to make it 17-13 as the Jaguars take the lead with 12:55 to go in the fourth quarter. But they go back to the touchdown. That's a really nice throw for Trevor Lawrence. Puts it right in the perfect spot into a fairly tight window. But a nice throw. Winner of this game will be the first AFC team to win a playoff game. We saw the Bears and Rams win last night. The Jaguars will, if the Jaguars win, they'll be either in New England or at home against the Chargers, Steelers, or Texans, I believe. It gets confusing with the reseeding, but I think that's what would happen. But I do know the Jaguars cannot be in Denver until the conference championship. But they could be in New England next week if Patriots win tonight. That'd be an interesting game. But a 1st and 10 here for the Bills. Allen under center. They bring Keon Coleman in motion from the 35-yard line. Cook is the back. Bills down by 4. Here's the toss. James Cook to the right side. And Cook is going to gain about 6 on 1st down. A pretty good run to open up the drive. Number 1 rusher versus number 1 rush defense postseason matchup since 2000. The number 1 defense has won 3 of the 4 meetings, and all of the games the running back's been held to under 70 or under 80 yards. The most is 77. So Allen pump fakes here, throws the flat for Cook, but he never sees the ball until it's too late and it's incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 4. Allen took another hit right there. The pocket just kind of collapsed on him. So here is a 3rd and 4. The Bills are 5 for 10 on 3rd down, average 7.4 yards to go. So 3rd and 4 from their own 41. Allen in shotgun back to his right. Kincaid goes in motion. And the Bills can throw. That is Allen thrown to the outside. Caught by Kincaid for a gain of 5. And a 1st down. Nice throw and catch. And another 3rd down conversion for the Bills offense. They're 6 for 11. Jaguars defense struggling to get off the field at times. Allen now 20 for 26 for 177 yards. Also run for a touchdown. So from their own 48 here, Allen under center. Cook is the back. And Allen off play action. Gonna look to throw. Wants to go deep. Now throws over the middle. It is caught. What a throw by Josh Allen. He finds a sliding Dawson Knox at the 28-yard line. He just got that high enough over a jumping linebacker. And a nice throw and a 1st down for the Bills. He got it just high enough to get over Foye Oluokun. And a nice throw and catch. That is the Bills' 2nd play of at least 20 yards. The Jaguars have 3 plays of 20 plus. So Allen in shotgun, Cook to his left from the 28. Allen has time, looks to throw. Allen throws over the middle. That is bobbled and incomplete. Trying to get it to Gabe Davis in a very tight window. He had it for a second, took a big hit, and now he's slowed it up. Took a huge hit right there. Hopefully he's okay. But Davis gets helped off the field, not putting any pressure on his left leg, so does not look good. Hopefully he's okay. Got hit pretty hard. on the left hip or thigh area. Not look fun. So here is a 2nd and 10 for the Bills. Allen in shotgun back to his left from the 28-yard line. Allen gonna look to throw. Throws underneath. That pass caught by Keon Coleman. Gain of 4. Sorry, that was actually Shakir. Saw the 0, but didn't see the 1 right there. Shakir obviously wears 10, Coleman wears 0. But Shakir with the catch for a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 6. Shakir has been targeted 9 times, caught all 9 of his targets for 67 yards, I believe that said. Allen on 3rd down, 6 for 8, 44 yards, 4 first downs. Look to throw here. Allen going to step up and try to run. Allen is going to slide. Oh, I don't know if he got that. He might have started his slide short. Oh, they're going to give it to him. I think they got a pretty bad spot right there for the Jaguars. The Bills try to go quickly, but the play is blown dead here. And the Jaguars challenge. And this is a great challenge for the Jaguars. He's definitely short. So he's got to get to the 18. Yeah, he starts to slide short. He starts about the 19. They gave him the ball when he was touched at the 18. He is a full yard short. And it should be overturned. But they go to commercial here. I don't really think there's too much to really look at here. I think he's clearly short. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. We got the Jaguars up by 4, 17-13 with 9:56 to go in the 4th quarter. Give me 1 second. Just checking something real quick. Alright, now they're back from commercial after the review. And the challenge, I would assume the Jaguars won this, but let's see. The Jaguars did win the challenge. They've overturned it. It's now 4th down for the Bills. It is 4th and about half a yard. Allen under center. They might try to sneak it here. Looks like they will. They're trying to draw him off sides first. And they will sneak it. Allen gets the first down by a lot. He got about 3 on the sneak and a first down for the Bills. So 9.5 minutes to go. In the fourth quarter, the Bills move to 6 on 4th down and have a first down inside the red zone at the 16-yard line. Got a really nice push right there from the fullback, Gilliam. So 8 plays, 50 yards on the drive so far, 3:25 off the clock. Allen in shotgun from the 16. Pump fakes the screen. Allen throws. Sideline call for a touchdown. Dalton Kincaid makes the catch, and the Bills retake the lead. 8:56 to go, and the Bills back on top. We saw the Bears with a very similar play to take the lead last night. They pump fake the screen and then have a receiver open down the field. But a very similar play. And the Bills take the lead. About to be 20-17. Kincaid is 6th touchdown of the season. And Prater's extra point is good. So 20-17, the Bills lead with 9 minutes to go. And let's see how the Jaguars respond. But a nice drive there. They go right down the field. And the Bills retake the lead. 8:56 to go. Josh Allen, his first passing touchdown of the day. He's now thrown for 220 and a touchdown. Also run for 23 and a touchdown. For Trevor Lawrence, he's thrown for 148, 2 touchdowns, and interception. But we wait for them to come back from commercial. Bills up by 3. The Jaguars were just in this situation, scored a touchdown. Let's see how they respond this time around. But 20-17, 9 minutes to go. Both teams still with all 3 timeouts. Like, I know it's so early to be talking about timeouts, but just an update on where each team currently stands. Hold on 1 second. Alright. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. We'll see what the Jaguars will do in their next drive. If the Bills win, they'll most likely be in Denver next week. If the Jaguars win, they'll either be at home against the Chargers, Texans, or Steelers, or on the road against the Patriots. So they're finally back from commercial. Jaguars will get it back. So Mitch Wishnowsky to kick it off. And the kick is going to bounce at the 17. Get picked up there. And on the return, he'll split a couple defenders and bring it to the 23. But that was a tough hop for the returner to take right there, because he was expecting it to bounce to him, but it just kind of bounced and stuck at that spot as opposed to rolling to him on the bounce. Gabe Davis being carted to the locker room for the Bills. So that does not look good. Hopefully he's okay. So from their own 23, Lawrence under center. Etienne is the back. 8:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Play action. Lawrence rolls right. Steps up. Throws the outside. Incomplete. Threw it too far out of bounds. Washington was the intended receiver. He's had a nice game. 6 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown. So 2nd and 10. Lawrence and shotgun back to his left. They bring Thomas. No, sorry, that's Jacoby Myers across the formation. Lawrence, under pressure, gets rid of it to Etienne, and he makes a man miss, breaks another tackle, and gets tripped up at the 38-yard line. But a nice catch and run. 15 yards and a Jaguar first down. Etienne today, 95 total yards, 59 rushing, 36 receiving. Lawrence under center. Washington in motion. Here's a handoff. Etienne to the left side, and this time not much space. Yard, maybe 2. Oh, and by the way, Ant Harrison got hurt. The right tackle for the Jaguars on their last drive on the touchdown, but he's back out there on the field, so glad to see he's okay. In his 3rd or 4th year at Oklahoma, I can't remember. But it brings up a 2nd down and 8 halfway through the fourth quarter from their own 39. Lawrence can look to throw. Lawrence underneath it got knocked down at the line of scrimmage. And incomplete. Trying to check down to Etienne, who wasn't going to be able to get anything after the catch anyway. So it brings up 3rd down and 8 with 7:17 to go. For Etienne, that was probably better that it got knocked down at the line. He was going to get crushed if he caught that. Sorry, that was actually Parker Washington. I don't know why I'm saying Etienne. That was Parker Washington, who was a target right there. So 3rd and 8. Lawrence not great on 3rd downs. It's 2 for 5 with 2 first downs. We'll look to throw here. Lawrence has plenty of time. Can roll to his right. Now time runs out. Lawrence throws. It is incomplete, but a flag is down in the secondary. A flag is down at the Bills' 48. And this one could be against the Bills. It is. We got defensive holding. Gives them 5 yards. An automatic first down. They called it against Christian Benford. What they just showed from that angle is a penalty, that is a terrible call. I mean, I would like to see it from a different angle, but that looks awful right now. Alright, so apparently they're not going to show it again. But it's now 1st and 10 here from their own 43. After the penalty, they obviously gave them an automatic first down. Lawrence under center. Play action. Lawrence, pressured, throws that is short of Washington and incomplete. Sorry, that's Tim Patrick. He's looking around for a flag. This time there is no flag, and that's a good call. I don't think there should have been a flag in the previous play either. Lawrence got hit by Joey Bosa on that play. So here is a 2nd and 10. 7:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Lawrence in shotgun back to his right. Going to look to throw. They just got the play off. Lawrence floats one over the middle, call for a first down. Washington deep inside Bills territory to the 24-yard line. Another big play for Parker Washington and a first down for the Jaguars. Of all the receivers on this team, for Parker Washington to really step up and be the number one receiver this year is kind of crazy. He has had a great year and another big catch for him in this game. He's got 7 catches for 107 yards and a touchdown. So from the 25, Lawrence can look to throw here. And he flips here to Washington on the end around, trying to turn the corner. And Washington can make a guy miss and head out of bounds after a gain of about 2, maybe 3. We reach 6:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Washington, it's his third game this year with at least 100 yards. He's got 107 in this game. 2nd and 5 here for the Jaguars. They actually have him 5 in the first down run. There's a handoff. Etienne up the middle. Going to bounce outside of the left. And Etienne is out of bounds after a gain of 4 at the 16-yard line. Brings up 3rd and short here for the Jaguars. 5:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Jaguars today are 3 for 3 on 3rd and short, 1 for 2 from 4 to 7 yards, and have not converted past 8. But this is another 3rd and short. They got 3rd and 1 from the 16. 8 plays, 61 yards so far in the drive. 3:25 off the clock. We got a wildcat look here. Lawrence motioned out of the backfield. Etienne, a wide snap, but collects it and goes up the middle for a first down. Etienne gains 2. And a first down there for the Jaguars. Could have been a little bit better of a snap, but a nice job by Travis Etienne to catch the snap and pick up the first down. And Trevor Lawrence with actually a block downfield. A lot of times you see the quarterback just stand there, but he gets involved right there. We got 4:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Lawrence under center. Etienne the back from the 14-yard line. Lawrence play action, rolling right, on the run. He flips it to Etienne in the flat, makes the guy miss. Etienne into the end zone, touchdown Jaguars! A 15-yard touchdown for Travis Etienne. He's had a very good second half, and Trevor Lawrence with his 3rd touchdown of the game, and the Jaguars retake the lead. What a drive. And it's back-to-back scoring drives for the Jags. They answer the Bills' touchdown, and they're back on top. About to be 24-20 with 4 minutes to play. The Bills actually defended this pretty well. Greg Rousseau had taken away Etienne on the flat, but then he decides to attack Trevor Lawrence. So then he leaves Etienne open, and he's able to break a tackle, and then he's into the end zone. It is his first career playoff receiving touchdown. And the extra point, right down the middle to make it 24-0. Or sorry, what am I saying? 24-20. The Jaguars lead the Bills. But this has been another back-and-forth playoff game in the fourth quarter. That is, I believe, the 3rd lead change we've seen in the fourth here. Right? Yeah, the Bills were leading, then the Jaguars took the lead, then the Bills led, now the Jaguars on top once again. Let me just make sure I'm saying that correctly. I think I am. Yeah. We've seen 5 lead changes in this game. No teams led by more than 6. That's when the Bills were up with 8:13 to go in the third quarter. Jaguars with their biggest lead right now. Right now, the Jaguars outgaining the Bills 361 to 288. 1 second. But we still wait for them to come back from commercial. 4 minutes to go. Jaguars up by 4. Let's see how Josh Allen and the Bills respond this time. But this is another example of a game where people are going to try to blame Josh Allen because the Bills lost. He's played really well. It's a defense that has not been able to get a stop, and they've allowed points on back-to-back drives in the fourth quarter. And the Bills might end up losing. But again, people are going to try to blame it on Josh Allen. But they're now back from commercial. We got 4 minutes to go. Both teams still with all 3 timeouts. So the Bills will get it back. Whittle kicks off, and his kick will be brought back from the 3. And on the return, here's Ray Davis. And Davis crosses the 30, gets to the 34. Good return right there. So 3:58 to go at their own 34. That is where Josh Allen and the Bills offense will take over. Allen today 220 passing yards, 20 rushing yards, and a touchdown through the air and on the ground. The Bills have not won a road playoff game since the 1992 AFC Championship game. Looking for their first road win in a long time. Allen going to look to throw. Throws underneath, caught by Shakir. And Khalil Shakir gains 8, getting to the 42-yard line. And a solid start to the drive on first down. Shakir today, 75 receiving yards, which is a career high for a playoff game for him. So 2nd and 2 from the 42. Allen under center, Cook is the back. And they'll go to the ground. Cook straight ahead is stopped after gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and short here for the Bills. Looks like the Bills going to try to go quarterback sneak here. Allen. Oh boy, I don't know if he got that. He gets very close. They try to push him with James Cook. I think he's short. And this is really close. He's got to get to the 44-yard line. Oh, he backs his way towards the first down marker, which is not going to help. Because then he's got to get across, and then the ball is to get there. Oh, he might have it from that look. He might have it right there. He is very close. The virtual measurement says he does have the first down. So it's a first down for the Bills. They move the 6 there on 3rd and short. And they get the ball on their own 44-yard line, 2:42 to go. Both teams still all 3 timeouts. Plus, you obviously got the 2-minute warning as well. So an empty backfield here for Josh Allen. Allen going to look to throw. Got pressure in his face. Allen just launches one. Deep downfield, wide open receiver. Brandon Cooks to the 20-yard line. He just let it go downfield, and Cooks ended up wide open for a huge play and a first down for the Bills. Wow. Somebody messed up for the Jaguars. I mean, he should not be wide open. But that is a bad mistake for the Jaguar defense. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Wow, that is a missed opportunity right there. You got pressure on Josh Allen. He just kind of throws, and it ends up somehow completed. Jags might start using timeouts now. Yeah, potentially. I mean, now that they're inside. Are they in the red zone yet? Or either way, I mean, they're close. Yeah, they're at the 20-yard line. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. You can definitely start using them if you're the Jaguars. But you also will need the Bills will need a touchdown to take the lead. And the Jaguars pretty lucky right here that they most likely go down is 3, unless the Bills opt to go for 2, which I wouldn't really expect that. And then they've obviously got one of the better kickers in the NFL, in Cam Whittle, who can make from like 70 yards. But we got 2 minutes left. This has been another great game here in the playoffs. All 3 playoff games have been very exciting so far. Hopefully that continues. But a first down for the Bills on the 20-yard line when they come back from commercial. Alright, so they're back from commercial here at the 2-minute warning. Bills with the football inside Jaguar territory. Each team with all 3 timeouts, 24-20 Jaguars lead. Allen in shotgun back to his left. Allen to throw, Jaguars bring 4. Allen throws underneath, it's caught by Knox for a gain of 2. Getting down to the 18-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 8. 1:45 to go. Clock is running. So they go back to how Brandon Cooks got so wide open. The corner who's matched up against hesitates for a slight second and thinks Allen might throw underneath. So he starts to break towards that. Even if it's only a split second, it gives enough time for Brandon Cooks to get behind him. But here's 2nd down and 8 from the 18. Allen in shotgun. Set up the screen here for Shakir. Gets a block on the outside, and he's taken down for a gain of 4. And a timeout called by the Jaguars. No, I thought I saw the ref saying stop the clock. Never mind, no timeout called. I'm confused. Maybe somebody did call a timeout, because now the clock is stopped with 1:07 to go. Alright, yeah, the Jaguars did call a timeout. I was confused because the ref was waving his arms to stop the clock, but the clock was still running, so I thought maybe I was imagining things. But, no, they put 9 seconds back on the clock, so 1:16 to go. And a 3rd and 4 here for the Bills. That's the first time out either side has spent in this game. Or, sorry, in the second half. We also saw that yesterday. I believe that was the Rams and Panthers game, where the first timeout called in the second half was like 18 seconds left. Or something like that. But here is a 3rd and 4. Josh Allen has 25 career game-winning drives in the regular season, has 0 in the postseason. Looking for maybe one right here. Allen to throw, throws outside for Shakir. And Shakir is going to be just short. He ends up short of the first down. It's 4th down for the Bills, minute 10 to go. Maybe they gave him that first down. I'm not sure. I thought he was short. He's got to get to exactly the 10-yard line. No, he does not get there. Not even close. This is going to be 4th down. He gets to like within half a yard before he's driven back. He is definitely short. And the Jaguars called their second timeout, even though with 1. The Bills still have 3 timeouts. So 4th and short. I wonder if the Bills sneak it, although maybe not, because their last sneak, they barely got it. But at the same time, it's like half a yard you need right here. So it's 4th and inches, a minute 10 to go. Allen under center, very tight formation. They're lining up to do the sneak. They bring Gilliam behind Allen, and Allen gets the first down. He's still going. Allen being carried towards the end zone. Josh Allen down to the 1-yard line. That might be the farthest quarterback sneak. Oh, wait a minute. They're saying touchdown. How about that? A 10-yard quarterback sneak and a touchdown for Josh Allen. Wow, that might be the furthest quarterback sneak ever. Wow. Now, he's going to end up being just short. He's down at the 1, unless he's on defenders, which there's a chance that it happens. But I think he's on the ground. Yeah, I think he's down right there. Bills rather have the first down. Yeah, you can take some more time off the clock. That way, I mean, either way, this is an insanely long quarterback sneak. I think he's down right here. Looks like he's sitting on the ground. But it was ruled a touchdown on the field, and they do take the touchdown off the board. So the call gets overturned. So it is now 1st and goal for the Bills from the 1-yard line. Now it allows them to take a little bit more time off the clock as well. They got 3 timeouts. Jaguars have 1. I think William Cohen's he's saying something about a timeout. The Jaguars, this is another rule I don't like. I mean, I understand the rule because if you're in this situation, they take the touchdown off the board, so there's supposed to be a running clock now. So because of that, there would be a 10-second runoff. I mean, I don't like that because it's the refs who messed up. Like, just leave it and start the clock on the ready for play signal. You don't need to have a runoff for that. But the Jaguars, they used their 3rd and final timeout to stop the clock with 1:05 to go and avoid the runoff. The Bills still have all 3 timeouts. I mean, if you're the Jaguars, you probably want to let them score as soon as possible. That way you have some time to work with. So Allen under center. Looks like they're going to go sneak again. Allen in easily. I think the Jaguars let him score. Everyone backs off. So the Bills score the touchdown. They take the lead, and the Jaguars with about a minute left. No timeouts to try to tie it. Or potentially win it. They'll have 1:02 and no timeouts left. Yeah, they let him score. It was a very smart play. For Josh Allen, it is his 6th game this year with multiple rushing scores. So here's Prater for the extra point. This is a big one right here. And Prater's extra point, oh wow, I thought he missed that for a second. It started off to the left, but it curved on in there. But it is 27-24, the Bills lead. They also put a couple seconds back on the clock, so there's 1:04 to go. The Jaguars got some time, but no timeouts. This is the 4th lead change in the 4th quarter of this game, which ties the most in NFL postseason history. That's pretty impressive. So here's the interesting thing. I actually predicted this game to be the final score 27-24. The only problem I said was going to be the Jaguars winning. Although, I mean, with how crazy this 4th quarter's been, we can still see both teams score points. But let's see what the Jaguars can do. 1:04 to go, no timeouts. Bills looking for their first road playoff win since 1992. So the kick is away and returned from the 2-yard line. Then on the return, it is not a very good return. He's going to bring it back to just the 23-yard line. So great kick coverage there for the Bills. And the Jaguars will have 59 seconds left. No timeouts to try to get into field goal range. Now the good news for the Jaguars, you don't have to go very far. You've got Cam Whittle, who holds the 2 longest field goals in NFL history. 67 and 68 yards. The Bills still have all 3 timeouts. So their target line right now is exactly midfield. That would put them with a 67-yard field goal. Warren's going to look to throw. Lawrence over the middle. Oh, it's intercepted. It got tipped and intercepted, and the Bills hold on for the win. He's trying to get it to Jacoby Myers, but it got tipped up in the air and picked off, and the Bills hold on for the win. The Bills going to have their first road playoff win since 1992, as they're going to beat the Jaguars 27-24. Wow. Oh, I don't need to put that yet. I mean, I could, but I'm trying to do this, what I'm trying to do. He's trying to get at Jacoby Myers. Trey White played a really good game. Gets a hand on it. It gets knocked away. And then intercepted by Bishop. And here's Josh Allen to take a knee. You'd be safe to put final. Yeah, I know. I actually could have. I just got confused because I was supposed to be just change the ball marker. But, I mean, either way, it works. But final score 27-24. So I actually got the final score right, just the wrong team. So the Bills are moving on as they beat the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And they will most likely be headed to Denver next week to play the Broncos. Man, that's a very interesting game. Now, it's not a guarantee they go to Denver next week, because if the Chargers beat the Patriots tonight, then they're in Denver. But, I mean, you would think it's going to be the Bills and Broncos next week. And then the Patriots will host either the Texans or Steelers. But another great game, 27-24 is the final. The Bills move on. They get the win in a great game. Josh Allen plays really well. And he finishes the game with, oh, here, they have stats up right now. 273 yards, a touchdown, 34 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. But a great game for him. And the Bills move on to the divisional round. But a great game. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that. Chargers won't win, so it might be New England, but very unlikely. Yeah. Chargers only scored last 19 points last 2 games. Used backups in the last game though. Yeah, I mean Chargers. Like, it's possible they win. I just don't really see it with how bad the offensive line is. So it'll most likely be the Bills in Denver next week, and then the Steelers or Texans in New England. But a great game. Final score 27-24. But this is the only game I'm streaming today. Just so you guys know, I've got to go someplace tonight, so I won't be able to stream the afternoon game or the night game. Although maybe if the game is close, I might stream the second half of the game, depending on what time I get back. But probably not. But we'll see. Thanks for the great commentary all game. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Houston is way too good to lose Pittsburgh. Yeah, I'd agree. The only thing I worry about for the Texans is if the offensive line struggles against a good pass rush. That's really the only way I see the Steelers winning. Because otherwise, I don't really see the Steelers offense doing a whole ton with how good that defense is. So that is my thinking right there. But I think we'll see the 49ers in the afternoon game. Although that was another tough one to predict. I know a lot of people picking the Eagles. I got the 49ers. We got the Patriots tonight. And then the Texans tomorrow night. But yeah, that's going to do it for this stream, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Ended up being another great game. But hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. Final score, Bills 27, Jaguars 24. Yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe, turn notifications. Again, I'm not streaming the afternoon game, so 4:30 or tonight, but I'm going to try to stream as many playoff games as possible. So make sure to subscribe, turn notifications, guys. Don't miss that. But hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you guys in the next video.